Yeah, I'm saying that because we had a call earlier, her and her husband Ram. They have quite a few single family homes with their partners and stuff, and
Oh,
by quite a
nice.
few, I mean like 200.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
and
awesome.
it's yeah. So no, well, yeah, keep me in the loop of that. I think there's going to be a lot of opportunity coming ahead, and especially in our area, especially with business stuff. Yeah, Kai that has the pizza place. He's opening another one, and it's in downtown Stewart and stuff. So it's just
Yeah, you
gonna be a
mentioned that.
take out place, and I think we will get a train at some point. That will happen. Um,
Yeah.
so we'll see where it all goes. I think it's gonna be interesting next couple of years how everything goes with the rates and everything. Um, I'm cautiously optimistic. I think,
Yeah.
yeah, because I mean, one thing I was thinking about is, if the rates steadily go down and the capital that's sitting on the sidelines comes in, and with the stock market rally and everybody kind of gung ho for business and stuff, it could cause a bit of inflation and stuff just with that.
Mm.
So, yeah, and I think the Federal Reserve, people are saying that they'll go down, but I don't think they're going to go down that quick because they're probably still kind of hesitant, want to see how things play out because their inflation has only been down for a little bit, and then we're looking at it's at two something now, so a lot of money comes in and deals start transacting, and you have seen the slowdown effect from the rate, so. I think that I don't think we'll see it go much lower than where we are now. It'll probably be commercial rates will probably be in the fives,
Yeah.
regular mortgage to be in the sixes, and that's as far as the national, average over time. That's about where it usually is, six, 5.5, six. So I mean, there's a lot of older guys like Larry in general was telling me, that the '90s they made more money than they ever did when the rates were, 8, 10, 12, but the prices reflected that. And that's the problem we've had. And there's been a lot of those restructuring of loans, because I think they said up to 40% of them have been restructured. So they're just
Wow.
kind of kicking the can down the road, for a year, 2 years to see where that goes, but if they can, keep them cash flowing and stuff, maybe they'll be able to sell into next year and stuff like that. I mean,
Mhm.
there's more deals coming online for sure, you know. It's we'll see. I mean, it's not going to be dull. It really hasn't been the last 2 years. It's been having to work pretty hard to get the deals to go. There's a lot of deals that aren't making it. You know, some are having capital calls, some are having to recapitalize, put money in, some are restructuring, and some are going back to the banks, to the lender. So we'll see. And with it, now's a good time because multifamily is what 25% or so off where it was a year ago, year and a half.
Oh, really?
So
25%
yeah,
off?
25 to 30 in some areas. But it's all relative for the area. Probably where you are in Dallas,
Mhm.
maybe not as much, but you do have what's to your advantage in Dallas is there's a lot of new developments coming online. So that's going to help uh, with what you're doing and expanding for multifamily. It's going to make it less competitive for the stuff that you're going after and more units coming in. The only issue being that maybe the rents will probably moderate. They probably won't. They'll just go up steadily because you still,
Mhm.
you still have a relative shortage because they're over the next couple of years, it probably there's a little bit of slowdown with the amount of permits being issued over the last year or two. So you'll see, I don't know if they'll slow down because now they'll start ramping back up again with the rates kind of moderating. And we'll see.
Yeah, it's got like I have been like following J Persons.
Jay
He
Persons.
yeah, J Persons, right? Yeah, he publishes a lot of like this economic data and multifamily permits and everything. And he told right now there is a surplus of multifamily. It's
Yes,
hitting,
in Dallas.
right?
Yeah.
Right. But he's predicting like in the next couple of years, nothing is going to come because nobody really started because of the
Yeah.
high interest rates.
That's to our
So,
advantage because
mhm,
when the rates went up really fast, they had to
mhm,
slow down on what they're doing. Some completely stopped. Some, those projects can't really halt completely. They gotta, keep moving. But yeah, that's what they're saying. So next year through 2026, I think, because if they start building now, it's probably 2027 when they're completed. So
yeah,
but all of it is Class A, so you're not really competing against with the buildings that you showed me today. You're not really competing against that new product. That's,
correct, correct.
if they're saturated or there is a little bit of a downturn, then they'll come to your place because you're in that moderate right rent place, which is, the Class B workforce housing is really the best spot to be.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Like class A comes to class B in economic downturn, and class C moves to
Yeah,
class B, right? So, and
yeah.
the times
Well,
are good. So
and then
always be. Yeah,
Class C, they just don't pay.
I know, right?
But Class
Yeah,
A,
I
the thing
understand.
with why it takes a little bit more is because they have a lot more, they give a lot more like compensation and stuff for move-ins and stuff like that. They do a lot of incentives. So because they have a lot more room and they want to keep them, keep as much in, and they have, the high amenities and stuff. So, we'll see. We'll see where that all it's definitely not going to be dull. Dallas, Texas in general is going to be a good spot still for quite some time with all the, if they keep all the stuff up with NAFTA and everything else, a lot of the I-35 corridor to San Antonio, and then the triangle between Dallas, San Antonio, and Houston that'll always be a good place for probably the next 20, 30 years. I think that's just my opinion. I mean,
Mm.
just because you have all the finance cost of living, Dallas has a lot of the finance, San Antonio, Austin have a lot of the tech and military stuff, and Houston has, tech, medical, oil, infrastructure for oil, petrochemicals, so it's Texas, I think is, I forget what the rating is as far as in the list of economies in the world. I think it's in the top 10 as far as
Yeah, yeah. Like yeah,
again
the growth is the.
against other countries in the world. Like California is
Mm,
number seven economy in the world.
nice.
Yeah. So
Like Elon Musk in his like SpaceX station or something, he launched like he put a boxable $50,000 house, tiny house, and he's living
yes,
there in the site.
I saw that. Yeah, you can fold it up and put it together. I saw the video. It was pretty interesting
Right.
because, and he's living in it because I think he's definitely not a dull person because he doesn't really buy homes or anything or property or
Yeah,
anything. He
yeah.
puts all his money back into his company, which is
Hmm.
quite unique. Whereas all these other guys, they have to have all this stuff. He doesn't seem to really care too much about. He
Yeah,
has his
yeah.
jets and stuff, and the companies, but he doesn't really have, all the stuff. Yeah, so
Yeah, yeah.
he'll
More
probably.
than him, right? Like more than him as an individual person, I am thinking like if it, I don't know whether it will become a trend and people will move to that spaces. I don't know. Like if anybody can buy a house, right? Tiny house instead of paying a rent for $2,000, would they
Yeah.
prefer that? I don't know whether it will change the landscape.
Well, the houses are gonna have to be made more affordable. Yeah, you'll probably see those 3D printing houses and more
Mm-hmm.
modular stuff. Cause
Right,
it's
right.
a lot cheaper, cause right now, I think it's the average cost to build a house is 200 a square foot or something like that, or
Mm-hmm.
150 or something like that. I don't know the exact number
Yeah, yeah,
nationwide. I
yeah. Uh-huh.
forget. So
Uh-huh.
it's, because that's why the average house costs about 400,000 now, because, you
Mm-hmm.
can't. And there's something that you guys probably do is if the cost to rebuild something somewhere is cheaper than building new, then obviously you buy the older stuff and rehab it. Because you do that all day, because you won't be able to rent it for, you know, the amount that you're gonna need to get. I mean, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. It's definitely some opportunities opening up, and I guess Elon Musk, well, he might be in the presidential cabinet, I guess, maybe, who
Yeah, I know.
knows?
Yeah.
Who would have thought that's pretty wild. But,
Yeah, it's very interesting, Scott. I sent connection request to somebody in LinkedIn. So he's telling, okay, you can put your tiny house. We are providing you lots.
oh,
So he
really?
already started marketing.
Oh, wow. Well, I
Yeah.
guess if you have a big piece of property and you because those are what, 50,000, those houses? I have to look those up because
15, 50, even for
15,
$5,000, right? I saw something for $5,000, tiniest tiny house. So
really, because we
yeah,
have
yeah, it's
this
interesting.
land through my wife in
Mm-hmm.
Arkansas. It's 100 acres, so
Mm-hmm.
something like that would be
Yeah.
ideal. We just put a generator on top or some solar panels
Mm-hmm.
and batteries and stuff. And
I think the tiny house has self-sufficiency. Like they even have solar roof and everything.
oh,
So I don't
really?
know about like water. I think you need to get. I don't know. I need to do a little bit more
Yeah.
research.
Well,
So
we have there's a stream there, a river there, so we could probably just dig a well or something, put a pump there or something. But the problem is it's very remote there, and if you leave it there, somebody will probably just come and take all the stuff off of it, probably.
yeah,
Or live in it. They might just go there and live there. Oh,
live for
um,
free, right?
yeah, yeah. I
Mm.
mean, I guess they have they have a lot of well, I guess it depends. I don't think they have squatters' rights in Arkansas. I don't think. I don't know. I guess I should look. Um, so do you guys have any other properties that you guys are looking at?
Actually, we are looking at something little remote, maybe 1.5 hours from Dallas. But the numbers seems to be good, but we are still like analyzing. We don't know. Like there are a lot of opportunities coming up now, but we need to analyze. It's very
Yeah,
difficult to find out which one will turn out good, right? Because there are a lot of variables.
yeah. Each one is different,
Yeah. Mm.
the main thing is the area that you really have to analyze, number one.
Mm.
You have to have the people there to rent it and the quality that you want. Because
Yeah.
that's the main thing, because if you have a great property and it's not a good area, it won't go well, you know. Same thing with the single family homes, I recommend people drive by there at nighttime. Drive there during the day if you can, middle of the week. People are hanging around, probably not, probably not a good place, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, my
Especially,
husband does all the due diligence. He knows by the street names, right? Whenever he sees some deal, he knows, okay, that's a good area, bad area. Like we don't invest without doing that.
Yeah, that's definitely what you have to do because
Yeah.
if you don't do that, then you know it's going to be hard. It's going to be a lot more work later on
Mm.
for sure. So what else? Andres, I guess he's on the phone or something. I see.
Hey Scott, like we saw some 8 plex deal. You
Okay.
told you also did some small deals also like that, right?
Yes, eightplex. The eightplex we did very well on. It was a lot of work though. But
Mm.
where
But
is
how
it
do you like?
in?
Do you like
It,
the smaller deals or big deals? Which one?
it doesn't matter. I kind of like um you know, for what I do, I like to have the smaller deals for like my personal portfolio and then the GoGP for the larger
Got
stuff,
it.
and
Okay.
then invest in some of the other syndications so that I have a little diverse portfolio. My plan is to get
Mm.
a couple of each of these every so often, just to keep supplementing. So eventually they're all feeding each other, you know?
It is. Mm.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they're good.
Yeah, my
That was,
husband also came back. Yeah, he was in a
oh,
call.
nice. Hey, Ram.
Hello, Mr. Scan.
Hey, Ram.
I think it's
Yeah,
double lucky today to see you
yeah,
twice in a
yeah,
day.
twice. Good. The eight deal, that was the eightplex, we actually tripled our money in about 8 months. We ended up selling it.
Wow,
Oh,
awesome.
nice.
Yes, but it didn't, unfortunately, it didn't, we had planned to keep it for a long time because it was in the opportunity zone. But
Mm.
we got a cash offer, and so we decided to sell. Sometimes it's better just to take some money off the table if you can, because it was we needed to do quite a bit more work to it, and it
Excellent.
wasn't but it was
So,
good. It got me into some other deals, so that was
perfect.
That's
Definitely.
that's the way I kind of look at it. I should have probably kept some of this, the single family homes that we had, but it got me to the next
Right.
level and stuff like that. Had I kept them all, I probably would have been better off because but I didn't realize that I could have probably been able to do that and just kept turning it over. So I didn't
No,
really know
it's
that at the
difficult.
time, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it is dispensable, but it's not as dispensable as we think at the speed at which we want to. So that's where
Yeah,
the money gets locked in. And having notes at 4% and 5%, it's it's a
yeah,
killer to
yeah.
sell it now.
Yeah, it's that's the thing is my personal house is 2.9%. So I mean it
Yeah,
doesn't
same.
make sense. It
Yeah,
doesn't make sense to sell it or do anything because you can turn over the money a lot easier. And the first house,
இல்லைன்னா ஒருத்தர் தான் இருக்காரு. யாரு?
we bought it for 135,000. It probably would have been free and clear now, and it's probably renting for a good amount of money. But it was an older house, and it would have kept needing more and more and more things. And the
Mm.
area was okay, but sometimes the tenants we got there weren't so,
right.
sometimes they were a little more management intensive, I guess. But as you well know, you probably deal with that
Right.
all the time.
Actually, I mean, we've been very lucky with our management team. They do a good job. Yes, there is evictions and turnaround times, but I mean, having one or two houses, even during COVID, peak of COVID, we did not have more than maybe three doors out of
Mm.
60 or 70 doors.
Oh,
So
wow.
that was very
That's
helpful.
great. Well, the good thing
Yeah.
is that people, wanted to stay there. It's in a good area. And I don't think in the Carolinas where you guys are that I guess they didn't extend the eviction stuff too long after that, did they?
Yeah, it's a 3 week and we are out. Yeah,
Okay.
quick turnaround. Same thing, Texas too. Very quick
Yeah.
turnaround.
Well,
That's why
except
we did
for,
not invest in New York. We lived in
well,
New York. We never invested there because there, like,
New
it
York City
favors
is
the
New York City is tough anyway. To do any kind of business is a tough thing in New York City, you know.
Nah.
I have friends that
Yeah.
do stuff like have done stuff in like Syracuse and Western New York.
Oh yeah, out of
Yeah,
that's pretty solid, but that'll be
yeah,
too much
yeah.
too.
And the price points, you can still buy a house for almost 100,000 and stuff like that. And it's
Yeah,
I
yeah.
couldn't believe it, but you know,
The big difference between the city and the,
yeah. Well, and they're like
I
those cities are that's kind of the price point, 100,000. I think Buffalo is like that, I think.
we just came across a deal here in a deal.
Quadruplex
It
kadikada,
just
8
says quad. It said 8 units, right?
Oh,
No.
8 bits, but quadruplex.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
Not yet. Yeah, yeah. There's a couple of lot more multifamily start coming up in Dallas right now.
Oh, good.
I think a lot of people are trying to either liquidate or they're just trying to, because a lot of new bills inventory is flooding the market. I think
Yeah,
about
we were just
24
talking
or
about
25,000 units are coming on board.
yeah, so the absorption rate is not, it's probably a little bit overbuilt in Dallas.
Yes, it is
Right.
definitely.
Yes, because
I think in 2 years it will catch up,
yeah, and we still
because
need,
on an
and there's
average there is like 100 families are still moving in on an average monthly on a daily basis to Dallas.
yeah, and at that point we'll still need
Close to,
more. At that point we
yes,
still
Yeah,
need
exactly.
yeah.
So
more.
they're
We still
saying
need more. I
two
mean,
years it will catch up.
so rents will probably moderate, you know, they won't be
Yeah.
going up a whole lot. But like I was telling Geetha, like the ones that you're looking at, the smaller multifamily, those aren't really competing with the new product because those are all class A
Class
stuff,
A, right,
you know.
right.
So you're still gonna need the class B stuff. So if you're doing a value add or, you know, and you can get it to cash flow, you're gonna probably be fine with those, you know, kind of assets, you know. Because that fills a particular part of the market that, I mean, the class B workforce housing, there's an even smaller amount of those, you know, there's not.
Right. I mean, people, if they can afford, they cannot go smaller than a one or a two bedroom, right? That's the
Yeah.
lowest that they can ever afford to go down.
Unless they are Elon Musk, right?
So that's the thing. To market his product, he sold his multi-million-dollar home, and then he's promoting that $15,000
Yeah.
house, and I can shake up the whole market because it is self-reliant with the electricity, and they
Oh,
are
really?
hurricane level 4 built, and
Oh,
they could be assembled in as simple as 3 days, and there is no mortgage required. People buy it out in cash.
oh, well,
And
that's
you can put it in back of a Tesla car and tow it.
oh, really? Oh, man.
Yeah, that's how they are
He's gonna
marketing
kill
it.
everybody. He's gonna kill everything.
Exactly. Yeah,
But you know,
exactly. That's what he's
we need
doing. I
something
mean,
like this to disrupt the market because they need to come up, figure out ways to make it cheaper to build and stuff, you know. But
yeah. Well, I mean, well, if kids want, they have extra space, they can just put it next to their parents' house and run a
yeah,
pipeline with a garden hose,
yeah,
and they still have plumbing, and they're done.
yeah. Yeah, well, I could put one in my backyard and
Yeah,
make a soundproof office, you know.
yeah, and it's a little bit bigger than our doghouse, and that's it.
Yeah, oh, really?
If
Nice.
somebody has a Great Dane, it's probably that Great
It's too
Dane size
small.
house.
It's gonna be too small for the Great Dane.
Honestly, this is like an efficiency apartment kind of a thing with I think
Uh,
300 or 400 square feet is all that they are offering. But let's
okay.
say there is a teenager or there's a like somebody who wants to stay out of house and they want to do it. They don't want to
Or
carry
even
a
if you want
mortgage.
to put, like, say in California where you want to put up an ADU,
Hmm.
you
Yeah.
put it in the backyard. Hey,
Yeah.
Andre.
Yeah, sorry about that. Larry gave me a call. He was just rambling about
He's
something, so I do apologize.
he's not trying to sell you a cemetery again.
No, he was telling me about a deal that was going on, but yeah. Sorry about
No,
that.
no, that's
Yeah.
okay.
Hi, Andre.
Yeah,
How's it going?
yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
nice to meet you. Hey there.
Yeah, we're our mutual friend, Larry, he's a great guy. He was he was just showing me this cemetery one time. It's not too far from here, but it was pretty solid business plan. So if you want to know more about cemeteries, just please ask. I'll tell you all about it, all the revenue streams, all the main thing he kept telling me is that the customers don't complain.
Yeah, exactly. They don't talk back, at least. They come back to
They don't
haunt,
leave
but they
bad,
won't talk back.
they don't leave bad feedback or anything on your Google page. They're good.
Yeah, they'll just come back to haunt. That's it.
Yeah, yeah. But the bad thing about it is nobody wants, it's like a not in my backyard thing that nobody wants a cemetery near them.
Right,
No
right.
way. No way.
But Andre, we were just talking about those $15,000 houses by Elon Musk. Was it
Oh, the
400 square
boxable,
feet?
right?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
boxable, yeah. Yeah, I mean,
Box.
like we have we were talking about it briefly earlier. We have this land in Arkansas, so something like that would be good. Could get a couple of those and just put them out there. That would be great, because we could even Airbnb them probably, put some camping out
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. Right, right. Yeah.
We probably need the water though. Yeah, you probably
Yeah,
dig a well,
exactly.
dig a
Yeah,
well or something.
mhm.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure
Yes,
it's a
that's
waiting
it.
list for those properties, right? For the boxable, there's a waiting list for clients.
Oh, I'm
for that.
sure.
I think they're already booked out.
Probably.
Yeah,
But they'll probably ramp up production to be able to crank those out pretty fast. So,
yeah.
I mean, I
Plug it
was
up.
thinking about those 3D printing of the houses and stuff. I know they do that in Austin, but they're still not
They do it
really,
in New York.
yeah, they're not really quite priced like that yet. It's still fairly competitive and it's not really, it's
And they were
not,
like a 3 bedroom was like around 130,000 or so.
oh,
And
that's not bad. That's not
yeah,
bad.
that's not bad at all. And
Oh.
it was built in, I think it was printed in 4 days or so.
Wow.
But what about the loans? They don't give you conventional lending,
Nobody
right?
is
That's the
gonna-
problem with any manufactured housing. You don't get any
Yeah.
loans.
Yeah, that, and then I know the
But-
modular construction they give you loans on, because those are more like actual concrete buildings and stuff, but manufactured homes, you have to get a special lender.
Yeah.
Mm.
Like a car loan.
And
I
land,
think
same
it is.
thing, right? Yeah, to buy land.
Yeah, land is tough. Unless you're building a whole mobile home park or RV park or doing
Mm.
a development of apartments or something. And it's not really going to, work so easily. But no, that's good thought though. I'm definitely going to investigate that because
Yeah,
maybe
that
I'll
will disrupt the whole process a little bit.
yeah, sell my house and just drop it right on the beach somewhere at a public beach.
Yeah. And the worst part is you can show that whole house in the back of your Y, Model 3 or Model Y, not
Oh,
even an
wow.
X. That's how
Oh,
simple
wow.
they made it.
Oh, wow. And
What about all the
then,
things you keep in the house, right?
That's what they said. You don't have to move your furniture because it folds in such a way you don't have to move your appliances either. Yeah, really.
Oh, wow.
I'm not even joking.
oh,
The
yeah, I
marketing,
saw
the
it.
online marketing is like that. Yep.
I saw it getting unfolded and then they were clicking it in and doing it. Didn't seem
So
to take them that long. Can you stack them on top of each other and stuff
yes,
too? Or?
yes.
Oh,
They're
wow.
coming up with models with 2-story. They have three bedroom models and everything. 3 different kinds.
Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah, those are gonna sell out really
Yeah, just
fast.
for yeah, if you have upstate New York near the water or something or up in the mountains, you just
Yeah.
put one there. Even people trash it, you just take 5 minutes to clean up and put your new stuff again.
Yeah.
Because
You
they
just,
have solar and it is sustainable, and he's definitely
yeah,
going to.
you just rinse it out with the hose and then the
Yep.
next people move right in.
That's it. All the Airbnb in the mountain top and everywhere.
Mhm.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's possible.
Well, I was thinking too is, like they take it and put it in on all the government land, you just put it there for free. Cause you can do that if you have a RV or a trailer, you can stay there, I think, couple of routes,
Mm.
something like that, or some places you can stay as long as you want, as long as you don't throw a bunch of, trash and
Garbage.
stuff everywhere,
Wow.
but,
Wow.
I don't know, it'd be interesting, really. Yeah. Well, it's definitely going to give everyone else a run for their money, like he has done with everything else. I mean, he said
Right, right.
eventually he was going to build a car that was affordable, that was electric, and he's pretty close there. His
Yeah,
price
yeah.
Yeah,
point,
and it is
Teslas are
autonomous.
there. The price point is in there with, the average car. So,
And they are all autonomous, and then nobody needs a car. You just summon a car. It looks um like the one. I mean, Austin has that where you don't need driverless
driverless,
cars,
Self-driving.
yeah,
driverless
Uber,
Ubers.
yeah, yeah. San
Yeah,
Francisco has that as well. Some other cities
yeah.
they
So
have it
think
too,
of that.
you know.
And that makes it so affordable. You don't need to carry a car insurance and liability, nothing. And that's what he's talking about.
Yeah, and
Wow.
then you don't have to pay the driver because I heard they don't pay them any money anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not so easy. Well, I mean, uh, I've always wanted to have a driver or have some. I always prefer to sit in the back. I don't like driving. So much traffic and everything
Mm-hmm.
everywhere. It's so many other things I'd rather be doing.
Yep.
ஏதாவது கேள்வி கேட்கணும்னா கேட்டுக்கோங்க கண்டிப்பா.
Any...
நானே கேட்கவா?
Yeah, yeah, sure.
The drivers
So
are a
what do
lot,
you?
Hey,
What do
Scott.
you?
worse down in Broward, Scott, right? We're a little bit better up
What's
here.
that?
I said the drivers are a
Yeah, a
lot
little bit better.
more crazy down south in Broward
Yeah,
and
they're
Miami
aggressive.
compared to up here.
Yeah. And people complain that it's bad here, but they're not. We're not even close. I mean, in
Exactly.
Miami, some people don't speak the language. Some people aren't from there. Then you have the tourists. Then you have the old people, and then you have all the rest of the people that don't
Yeah.
know how to drive.
Exactly.
So you hit
Yeah.
all the marks, and everybody's on their
Exactly.
phone too. Everybody's on their phone too. That doesn't help. Yeah.
It's a perfect storm, right?
Yeah. So what are you looking at in Martin County, Andre?
Can you say that again?
What are you looking at as far as property? Are you looking like triple net stuff, or are you looking at residential type stuff?
Yeah,
Or-
I'm honestly kind of just looking at multifamily still. When it comes to like a quad or even getting up to like 8 or 10 unit type of situation, I just want to make sure it's something that's attractive to partners to go in there with me. I know something like a duplex or even a triplex wouldn't even make the most sense right now when it comes to building prices in our area. So um, I think most investors would want to see more units. So
Yeah, for
yeah.
sure. Yeah, I was just discussing with these guys earlier. They're looking at some smaller multifamily stuff and looking at doing JV and stuff. It's a lot simpler than doing a syndication route with a larger property. And I think that's a good way to get understand how it all works. And it keeps it simple for you also with your investors. But I was telling them, if you have partners, make sure that there's you have an operating agreement where you can have majority decision-making capabilities, because that really matters. Because if you have one or two people that are, in control of it, then if one person is kind of difficult, then you have voting rights where you can stick to the plan of everything else. Because I've been through that. That can be an
Gotcha.
issue.
Makes
you know?
sense.
Yeah.
Hey, Scott, did you use any lawyer for structuring the operating agreement, or you yourself did?
We used one that came from our partner that she had used before, and we just kind of tweaked it for what we were doing, and we had an attorney look it over, but they didn't really write it or anything, because I wouldn't really recommend that, because then it could get a lot more complicated maybe than what you
Got it.
need.
Okay, it's
But
not better.
definitely have them look it over and see if you missed anything, but don't have them write it, because then it could end up costing you thousands of dollars and it's not really what you need.
Got it. Okay.
Because if you like I was telling you guys earlier, just write out, what your duties are and what your goals and expectations are between that, and just make sure that's in there,
But
and how if there's an issue, like if something, something happens to either one of you or something, or somebody wants out, somebody dies, any of those things that you don't really anticipate but could get pretty messy. If if the partnership gets messy, you want to be able to go to the operating agreement and say, okay, we'll just do this, and this, and then you'll be out, and we'll pay out this amount and that kind of stuff.
so please correct me wrong. The one question that we know about any LLC, the operating agreement is something that can be constantly changed, right? Like
Yes,
constantly
you can
various
amend it
need
as
and
long
the
as you
project,
guys, sign off on it, that just
the
everybody's
most
aware,
latest.
so don't get too bogged down in that. Just make sure it's what it fits your vision.
Right.
It fits what you're doing, and that could change, like, oh, we were gonna refinance in 5 years. Oh, well, it's been 3 years and we can double, we can pull our money out. Then, of course, you just take a vote on it and then you just do it, write it down and execute it. I mean, it's, just keep it as simple as possible.
Perfect.
But, if you don't write it down and make it clear, that's when
That's
you
going to
end
be a
up having problems, um, with people and
It's
stuff.
actually come with other people.
J would be joint ventures. So besides the syndicate and all this, like JV joint venture, what is the easiest way to keep it simple? Because just to trial out on some small multifamily, like a 10 unit that we have, which is about a $2 million.
Yeah, what's
What would be
the
the best way to do it when I am bringing in the deal? We are doing the deal analysis, the whole ecosystem,
yeah.
finding the lenders, finishing the refi, doing the rehab optimization. So that's the part I'm doing, and the partners are bringing in the funds. So how do we structure that as an example?
Well, you'd have to have them probably sign on the loan and stuff as well, right? And capitalize the deal, correct?
Yeah,
So, and
Yeah,
then we
yeah,
right.
yeah,
Because
yeah.
they
also,
are also the guarantors.
yeah, the guarantor on the loan, so that's a part of it as well. And then just have them also to satisfy them, and to where, because if they're just bringing the money, you can't really do that, then it's actually a security.
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
then you
We
have to
can,
do
yeah,
so you just have them sign on the loan and
yeah.
then help with the asset management. Just, you want to keep them clear with all the stuff you're doing as well. That way you just write out what you're doing, write out what their responsibilities are, and then put it in the operating agreement, and
So
make the
everything boils
LLC
down for
or the
just a
joint
joint
venture.
venture. Just the
Yeah,
operating
yeah.
agreement is the key.
Yeah, the operating agreement is the key, and it's the same thing really in the syndications as well. Yeah, I mean, you have the PPM, but the operating agreement is really how everything goes. That's something that people miss a lot of times. They don't really read through it because the PPM can be, 100 pages or what have you. And the operating agreement tells you exactly what they'll do if, say they need to make a capital call, or, we need to, whose call it is if they have an insurance event and all those type of things.
Mm.
Okay.
So got it, Scott. So like, I think JV is then like similar to syndication, like a syndicate, but it's like little simpler. The
Yeah,
payment
it
structure,
is.
everything.
The main difference is that in the syndication, you have the LP investor where they just give the money, and they're investing in the company, security. But
Okay,
the
okay.
JV,
Got it.
the JV, everybody involved has to be an active participant. They can't just give the
Oh, that's the
money
difference.
and
Got
be
it.
hands off, or else
Got
technically,
it.
I mean, people do it, but what happens if something goes wrong, then everybody gets into trouble, and I wouldn't recommend.
Yeah,
it
definitely,
that way.
Scott.
So that's why you want to, make sure that they realize they're the guarantor on the
Mm.
loan. They're, they're putting in the money for the down payment. They're gonna help monitor the progress of the entire project. And
Right.
also you want to put in there also who's going to be responsible if he goes over. If the costs go over, who's gonna bring the additional capital, that kind of stuff. You wanna, because that happens, construction costs, they always go up, they don't go down. Yeah,
Let's do with the JV.
yeah. I think that's best, and I have an operating agreement I can send to you guys. I wrote that
Thank you
down
so much,
earlier.
Scott. That would be great.
That way, and just, use it as a template or what have you. It's not really,
Yeah.
And we will also send the one in uh, Charlotte,
30
the
oh,
multifamily.
oh, nice. Okay, there's a Charlotte one. Was the other one in Dallas? No, that was in Charlotte, right?
There was two things actually. That, I mean, thanks to you again. You're opening up our brain. So I mean, when we go in the open mode, like a lot of things, I think we attract to start seeing, I guess. So there was another 42 unit in Gastonia. That's the town where we really,
Oh, that's the
know,
good town. That's the really nice town you were telling them.
yeah, that's where we have majority of it. That's a 42 unit. Oh no. No, this is 31, that is 84 unit. But this is getting too big of a process. But I do have the statements and financials that I would definitely be able to send over to take a look at. But that one
Sure.
is probably around 14, and that's a way bigger project.
Yeah.
And but that's not a class A, but it is it is also the whole of Gastonia is transitioning from class B to A and C to B. It has both mixtures. So
Okay.
so basically the way how Charlotte works is all the service provided in Charlotte, people live in Gastonia, Belmont, Mount Holly, and around surrounding
Okay.
areas. So the people spending money in Charlotte live in Huntersville, Mooresville, and all those places.
Okay.
So that being said, that this
so
something came up like that also, so we will be able to I will be able to share.
okay, perfect. Let's see what that looks like. Because
Because that scenario means that's like my backyard, meaning I have my entire crew of people, entire ecosystem there, like independent contractors and everyone, starting from roof to foundation. It could be done in whatever timeline we want to be done, because we have that much network of people to work around in that area.
oh, nice, very nice.
So we can even resource up to say maybe even 50 people to come and work in our project.
Oh, nice. Because we have that 65 unit in, it's Thompson Place. I believe that's Thomasboro. Do you know where that is?
Tomsboro is a little bit further, right? Fayetteville, or is it near Fayetteville?
Let me look it up here real quick.
Tomsboro.
Is it Tom? Let me see. It's northwest Charlotte, just like outside, just right outside the loop.
Can you spell the name of the town?
It's not really the town, it's kind of the area. Is it Tomsboro?
Tomsville or
Tom,
Thomasville? I don't know.
maybe Thomasville. Let me see.
Usually there's a lot of Thomasville, city
Thomasville.
of Norman, North Carolina. Where is it? Yeah, Tomsville is near Greensboro,
Oh,
Lexington.
no, it's not actually a town. It's like a suburb or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. Thomasville. There's these any towns near familiar to you? High Point. Is it near High Point? Thomasville is like the biggest place for furniture manufacturing for the entire country.
Oh, no, here it is. Thomasboro dash Hoskins neighborhood. It's right off of 85 and Brookshire Boulevard. It's just outside of the town. That's where we have the 65 unit. Not too far from
Oh,
the airport.
okay, yeah. And if you need any help with the rehab and construction, I'd be more than happy to help with that.
Oh, thank you. That one is for the most part stabilized. We're just trying to get I think there's a few more units that need to be turned over because there's some evictions still uh lagging a little bit because inside the city of Charlotte, I think they extended
Yeah.
the time for eviction. I think it went to a month, so or something like that. It used to be
Yeah.
relatively low, didn't it? Like 3, 4 weeks, something like that. Um,
Yeah, it is 3 weeks, but the city of Charlotte, Mecklenburg County is little
little more.
blue compared to red. And so blue meaning it takes a longer time to evict.
Yeah, a lot
Like
of
4 weeks
cities,
or so.
a lot of cities are like that. Atlanta is like that. Houston is like that as well. It takes a little bit longer. Um, one because it's a bigger
Yeah,
city.
Dallas and yeah, the Gastonia, Dallas and all like third week they're out.
Yeah, in Florida, it's 2 to 3 weeks. You know,
Yeah, that's all.
sometimes 4, but that was kind of an issue we had with the 8 unit. We had some people that need to get out, but we ended up, I think, giving them some money to move out. Um, it was
Yeah.
quicker. It was quicker to give them cash for than to wait because they
Yeah,
would have just stayed and then they knew how to play the games. So,
absolutely.
it ended up costing us more. But well, we're just about over time here. But
Yes, sir.
Yes.
well, I appreciate
Thank
you
you. I
guys showing
appreciate.
up. And it's always great talking to you guys. So we'll definitely catch up soon. Give me a call anytime. Let me know if you guys need anything.
Thank you so much.